Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today I just got ready. I did a little bit of basic makeup. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything too crazy, but I just wanted to get ready and talk to you guys about my experience with hair extensions. I recently just had some hair extensions taken out and it completely ruined my hair. It made a lot of my hair fall out, and as a result of that, I had to get my hair chopped off. But spoiler alert, I love how it looks. So that's the happy ending of it all. So yeah, if you aren't already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe before you leave and give this a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And yeah, so let's just get into the video. Okay, you guys, so I am going to be getting ready and just doing my makeup while I talk. So I probably won't mention a lot of the products, but I will put them in the description box below if you're interested. I might mention a few things here and there. We'll see. I don't know. Not doing anything too crazy with my makeup because I'm not really going anywhere. But I am going to be using the Going Coconuts palette from ColourPop. So, I wanted to talk today about what happened to me in my experience with my hair extensions. And really, I want to do that because I don't feel like a lot of people talk about their bad experience with them, if that makes sense. So let me just kind of start from the beginning. Like, I've always had really thick hair my whole life, like to the point where in the late 90s, early 2000s, I wished my hair was straight, because that was what everybody had, straight hair, and that was what you did, and this was kind of before hair straighteners were big. You would use like a curling iron to straighten your hair, and I always wished that I had like straight, thinner hair. And God, I wish I could go back in time and smack myself in the face and be like, do you understand how lucky you are to have like thick, wavy hair? As I get older, I learned how to style my hair with the texture that it was in, and I would say about like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, my hair completely changed texture. Like, my hair became what I always wanted it to become. A lot more fine, a lot more straight, a lot more sleek, which is nice, but I didn't really have a lot of body. I never felt like I had a lot of hair, and I was constantly using heat on my hair in order to like make it voluminous with curling and all that. So I don't know if it was because of all the heat styling that I've done over the years, straightening my hair so much, blow drying my hair straight. My hair kind of just eventually ended up straight, dyeing my hair brown, which I think definitely changes the texture. It makes it a lot more like, I don't want to say greasy, but a lot more of like an oily texture. The past couple of years, I can't go 2 days without washing my hair because my hair will be a complete grease pit if I do that. So I was definitely feeling like really self-conscious about my hair the past couple of years. Just feeling like my hair just was not what I wanted it to be. And I think a lot of pressures with social media now is different than when I was a kid. Like, I'm obviously not a kid anymore, I guess. But I feel like when you go online and you see all these perfect people, right? You feel like you should look a certain way. And I always felt like, gosh, I wish I had like super long hair that was like thick and just like beachy waves. And I just really wanted that look. And I really felt like I didn't appreciate my own hair for what it was. It wasn't bad. My hair wasn't bad. So I remember watching this video from Nicole Guerrero here on YouTube. She's someone I've been watching for a really long time. And she had mentioned in one of her videos, I know she was sponsored by Zala Hair, but she had mentioned that she had hair extensions from them. I can't remember if she had clip-ins. I think she had clip-ins. And so, sorry, there's a million flies in my apartment. It's disgusting, and I don't know why. Anyway, so I ended up buying a set of clip-in hair extensions. And if you've ever, or if you've never used clip-in hair extensions, they're exactly what they sound like. They're hair extensions that are on a clip, and they give you like several layers and you just clip them in. They definitely don't look natural, certainly not on someone like me who has thinner hair, but I instantly felt like I put those on and I felt like my confidence level went up like tenfold. I just felt so beautiful. I felt like this sounds really weird. I feel like every single outfit I put on, like I looked great just because of this hair. It was really weird. It was almost like a drug. Like I felt like high. I honestly, I wanted to wear those clip-ins all the time, but with clip-ins, there's so much hair attached to the clip-in, like they're so heavy. You really don't want to wear them a lot. And obviously, like I would wear them. I wouldn't wear them to work because I teach ballroom dancing if you're new here. So you really can't put your hair up when you have them in, and I need to wear my hair up when I dance. So, but I would wear them to film videos. I'm actually gonna pop a clip up so you can see what I looked like with my clip-ins in. I mean, the hair was beautiful and I just felt so nice. Like I would wear them on a weekend, I would wear them all day. And by the end of the day, my hair was like sore. My scalp was sore because it was just like weighing my hair down. So after that, I was like, okay, I kind of want to try tape-ins because I love how these look, but I don't want to have to like take them in and out. I just want them on my head so that when I wake up in the morning, they're there. And I really didn't investigate too much into tape-ins. And that was my first mistake. Mistake number 1, do your research. I really truly believe like my hair is too fine. I feel like my hair was just not meant to put those tape-ins in them because my hair's just not strong enough. But you know, whatever, I did it anyway. And if you've never worn tape-in extensions, basically what it is, it's a much, much smaller piece of hair that you take 2 of them back to back and you put your real hair in the middle. So you basically have a hair extension sandwich with your hair in the middle and the 2 extensions glued on either side. So there's an adhesive. So, you know, that's what they are. And you put in several pieces. I think I had the minimum, because my hair is thin, they suggest 40 pieces. So I had 40 pieces. My hairdresser put them in. By the way, this is no reflection on him at all whatsoever. It's nothing he did wrong. And by the way, with all of this, I just want to say, this is just my experience. I'm not saying you're going to experience what I experienced. I'm not a hairstylist. I'm not a hair professional at all whatsoever. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt and just take it as this is one person's experience. I'm sure a lot of people have good experience with this stuff, but for me, it didn't work out. So then you're supposed to keep them in between 6 and 8 weeks. And I absolutely was in love. I was in love with these extensions. They were everything I wanted and more. I felt even more like confident and beautiful. Awesome, because you wake up with your hair beautiful. Like I would sleep with them in like robe curls. So I'd put like a robe sash and I would wrap my hair around it. So I wouldn't even like need to use a curling iron. It was just like so amazing, wonderful. You know, again, I was just thinking to myself, like, my real hair sucks. Like, I can't believe that I get to wake up with this beautiful hair every day. Like, I don't ever want to live without these hair extensions. And so I think I had them in for like 6 weeks. And by the 6th week, the extensions were getting so matted, like so snarled. It was so hard to keep them looking nice. And of course, like with that, I was brushing the shit out of them, like really roughly brushing them, which is mistake number 2. Like, why would I be pulling my hair with my real hair in the middle? Like, what is wrong with me? I'm using the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I'm really sad that Becca's going out of business. For this product alone, it's my favorite. So by the 6th week, I was excited to get them off because they were getting to be just like too much of a nuisance in terms of them being so snarled. So I removed them myself. I had a adhesive dissolver spray that came with the extensions. You're supposed to spray it on the adhesive, it's supposed to dissolve it, and you're supposed to just be able to take out the extension. And I'll be honest with you guys, by the 6th week, I wanted them out of my head. Like, they were driving me crazy just because they were being like snarled. So I think I was not patient enough when I took them out. I think I was too rough. I think I was trying to rush it a little too much. So that was mistake number 3. So I had them out for about 3-4 weeks. When I removed them the first time, I definitely noticed that my hair was thin, but I wasn't sure if it was just because it was in comparison to, you know, having the extensions in when they're out. It's like a huge difference. And I instantly felt like, oh my God, like I just feel once again that low confidence, like, oh God, I really wish I could get them back in, blah, blah, blah. And I had them out for about 4 weeks and I put them back in. Now looking back, I feel like I did lose a little bit of hair. I don't think it was a huge amount, but I definitely think I had some breakage, and I think like I should have just stopped there. The more you know, huh? So then I got them put back in. For whatever reason, almost instantly, like a week in, they were getting snarled. Whereas before, they were getting snarled way later in the process. And I think it's because I actually took half of my hair extensions from the old set and half of a new set, like I bought a half set, and I used a mixture of the two. And I think that the old ones were just already snarled, even though I had washed them and all that after I took them out. So basically the point is I was so rough with those extensions for the whole time they were in my head that I just was pulling at them, brushing them really hard. And I really, really think that ruined my hair. I think my real hair was just breaking underneath. And yeah, I just think that that was a huge part of why my hair was ruined. By the way, I'm mixing these two together, which I'm loving both of these. Ooh, it's dripping down my hand. The Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation and the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I'm gonna link like my shades and stuff down below, so if you're interested in that, check it out. Wow, these two together, look how full coverage that is for a tinted moisturizer. I'm loving both of these actually. Right now, I've been using both of them quite a bit. By the end of this 6 weeks, this last set, I was definitely ready to get them off. And I actually was on vacation in New Hampshire for 2 weeks. And I kept saying on that vacation, like, as soon as I get home, I'm doing two things. I'm taking off my acrylic nails and I'm taking my extensions out. I was so excited. So once again, I was very rough with my extraction process. I took them out way too much in a rush, way too rough. I was not gentle enough with my hair, and that was my fault. Like, I definitely should have either had my hairdresser do it or I should have taken my time. I took them out on, I think, Sunday, which was the day after I got back. And oh my goodness, you guys. I didn't really notice when I was actually taking out the hair, but once all the hair was out, like, I had no hair left. And I knew this time it wasn't just because it was in comparison, like all the pieces down here was like just little chunks were left. It wasn't like a full head of hair. It was just little pieces that were left. That was probably the most frightening experience I've had, or top 3 most frightening experiences I've had in my life. I had a literal mental breakdown. I've never felt so low in my life. I just lost it. I completely lost it. And it was really scary. I almost felt like, how can I go on? Like, how can I go on with, basically I thought in my mind I was gonna have bald spots on my head. I thought that my hair was just never gonna be the same. Felt like so much of my confidence and my physical appearance depended on what my hair looked like. Now, looking back, I can honestly say, like, I don't feel that way anymore. And this experience has really actually helped me to change my view on things a little bit here. So I am appreciative for that. So I was so tempted to just cut my hair. I mean, I was so tempted. I had talked to my hairdresser before I left and I said, you know, I'm gonna take my extensions out and I do want like a trim. And so I texted him and I was like, please, is there any way you could get me in like as soon as possible? I need my hair cut. Like, I need it cut now. And he's like, okay, I'll get you in on Thursday. And that was on, what did I just say? It was on Sunday. So it was 4 days away. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to go 4 days with my hair like this. I don't know how I'm going to go to work. I don't know how I'm going to pretend like everything's okay. It was terrible. I didn't sleep. I was up just crying my eyes out. It was terrible. This concealer's a little lighter than I wanted it to be. That's okay. Then I had 4 days to kind of like cool down. And I thought to myself, like, why is it so important that my hair be long and flowing? Like, why? You know, why is that my main focus? Like, shouldn't my main focus be on, I'm a good person. I help other people. I have a kind heart. You know, I had that epiphany of like, it really doesn't matter what my hair looks like. Like, even if I had to shave my head. I think about all the people in my life that I encounter on a day-to-day basis, like my students or people in my life that have impacted me positively. Like, do I really care what their hair looks like? Not at all. Those things are irrelevant to how a person is as a human being. And like on the flip side, there are some people that have beautiful hair and they're not good people. So like, why does it really matter what my hair looks like? Is anyone going to dislike me because my hair is short? I hope not. And if they do, then I don't give a crap. You know, I did have time to just cool down a little bit and think in terms of like, you know, it's going to be okay. No matter what, like hair grows back, it'll grow back. And I need to start like working on my views about myself and not put so much weight in my appearance. And so I was really, really thankful for that experience, because I don't think I would have necessarily experienced it to that level, you know, if I hadn't had this terrible thing happen to me. So during these 4 days, I had washed my hair like once or twice. I was very scared to like even touch it, because every time I would wash my hair and start to brush it, more hair would come out. And I also had a lot of adhesive still in my hair. So like I couldn't even really put a brush through it because there was so much glue still in my hair. And I was so scared to like, you know, touch it the wrong way. And it, you know, there was still chunks coming out. So I went to the hairdresser on Thursday. When I'm filming this, this is Saturday, so it was just a few days ago. And I went in, and my hairdresser, he's a quiet guy. He doesn't overreact to a lot of things. So he didn't really show much on his face of like, whoa, her hair is really bad. You know, he didn't really show much. So actually it was nice because I didn't feel scared, you know? So he washed my hair. And after that, he was getting the glue out, and it took like 45 minutes to get the glue out. It was really tedious for him, I'm sure, and just taking a little comb and combing it out, using like leave-in conditioner spray to comb it out. It was really tough, but I trust him, so I wasn't scared. Like I knew he was going to help me and make it better. And you know, I said to him, how short does it have to be cut? And he said what it is right here, you know, right at the bottom of my neck. And I said, okay, that's fine. Like in my mind, I thought I was going to have to cut it really short. So I was prepared for that. So when he said this length, I was like, oh yes, that's long in my mind. So it was fine. And he cut my hair and he blow dried my hair. And I wish you guys could have seen it, because it's been a few days now, but after he first did it, I'll pop a picture up on the screen actually if I can't find one. My hair looked beautiful. In fact, I like this haircut and how my hair looks now more than I've ever liked my hair. I think ever in my life. Like I think it just looks so good. I think it suits me. I think it looks really full somehow, even though I lost half the hair on my head. I absolutely love it. I think it looks so good and I'm so happy. And again, I don't think I ever would have cut my hair this short unless something like this would have happened. Like I was obsessed with getting my hair long. I was obsessed with it growing. And I like my hair so much right now. I said to him afterwards, I said, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like this looks great. And I said, I was afraid that you were gonna have to like really cut it really short. And he was like, when I was washing your hair, so much of your hair came out. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. And his husband, who also works in the salon, went over and picked up out of the trash the amount of hair that came out of my head. It was a huge clump. It was scary. I was glad he didn't make like a big deal about it while it was happening, because I think I would have freaked, but he didn't really react. So it was good. I felt calmer that way. And I said, I'm never doing this again. Like I'm never, ever, ever doing this again. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get hair extensions. If you want to get them, you should. And like I said, you might not even have this experience that I had. I mean, there were a lot of things, like I said, that I did wrong that screwed it up. But it makes me appreciate my hair now more than ever. Even if I don't like my hair, it's really not, that's not what my energy should be going towards. I am a good person. I'm doing good things. I have a kind heart. I'm kind to people. Like that is what's important. And it's not all about like having your hair perfect, having your makeup perfect. Like who really cares? Who really cares? I don't care what your hair looks like. I don't care what your makeup looks like. You know, I care about, are you nice? Are you a nice person? And that's really where it's at. By the way, if you already follow me on Instagram, you probably already knew what happened to me because I talked about it over there. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me over there. It's just at Rachel Palmieri. You know, I update that much more frequently and when things happen and all that. So it's just one of those things, you know, like I'm almost 35, so I've gone through the stages that a lot of people go through when they're in their late teens, early 20s, where you just feel so terrible about your body or your looks. You feel so much pressure to be perfect, and then you come out the other side, and once you hit, I'm gonna speak for myself, I don't know about anybody else, but once I hit 30, things changed. You know, I became much more comfortable with myself as a person. I also still feel those pressures of, you know, subconsciously, I feel those pressures of like, oh, you see people that look perfect and you're like, man, I kind of wish I looked like that. Or I wish, you know, this part of my body looked a little bit better, or this part of my face looked like this. Like I still go through that sometimes. It's definitely better than it used to be when I was younger, but it's just one of those times that where I'm reminded that it's not really all about that. Like that's really not what it's all about. And I hope I can reach out to somebody watching this and help you realize that too. And whether your hair is short, long, if you're bald, if you whatever, you know, you're still you. And that's really what matters. And that's really what matters. I feel enlightened and I feel so much better. And sometimes you have to go through something like that to learn something from the other side. And, you know, I could have dwelled on this and been so upset and continued to just be broken by it. But at some point you have to say, okay, am I going to be like letting this ruin my life, or am I going to learn something from it? And that's where I'm at. You know, at the end of the day, if you are considering getting them, I just really would suggest doing your research, seeing if it's the right thing for you, seeing if, you know, it's something that you really want. Because I just assumed that everybody had them. You know, you see so many influencers that have them. And I thought to myself, like, oh, it can't be a bad thing if they all have it and nobody talks about their bad experience with it. I just assumed it was perfectly fine for everybody to get them. That was my naivety. Naivety? You know what I mean. So here's my hair. Anytime you go to the hairstylist and they blow dry your hair and style it, it looks like so beautiful. I can never recreate what he does to my hair, but this is kind of the idea of it. Just a little short little bob. Oh, it just feels so nice in the summertime to not have hair on my neck, and I don't have to worry about putting it up or anything. I think it's awesome. I can always just clip it up if I need to, like I just did. Yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me blabber on and get ready. Everything I used, I will put in the description box below, just in case you're wondering. I really hope I didn't make anyone angry about hair extensions, in the sense that if you want them, you should get them. And definitely do your research, though, I would suggest. There's several different kinds of hair extensions. But just know that, like, you don't need them. You don't need them to feel good about yourself. You don't need anything to feel good about yourself. If you want them, that's fine, but I just want to not put so much of my self-worth into my appearance anymore, and something I'm gonna have to work on for the rest of my life, I'm sure. It's not just like you switch like that, but I hope this helped somebody out. And leave me a comment down below, just anything that you have, any feedback, if you agree with what I'm saying, if you don't agree with what I'm saying. I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. So if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in my next video, okay? Bye.